professional body. Back. Publishing a paper in IEEE means it's a country for people who are in the normal universities in the US or the Europe or other public in IEEE, especially IEEE transactions, is very prestigious. So considering that is, so IEEE is maintaining the standard. It's not the end approach even today. So now, if somebody is that gives a privilege, and also we can learn a lot of things from that. So I believe. So considering that, maybe starting the chapters of the robotic and automated signal processing at the JSSATEN, or the different PC and other computer science and other maybe benefit to the mechanic. This I wish the students and the faculty should get inside, connect the people who are having a knowledge. So maybe there should be a push. When they push up some high knowledge, maybe other side maybe a less. Other person also will improve. That is a objective of this professionals becoming a member and to the people. So something should increase so that the students and the faculty they are benefit by that, so that they can progress towards the improve our knowledge and also doing the benefit of the society in large. Maybe there is various in the society. The pandemic has created a lot of opportunities for us. I think if you look at the project got my JSSATEN or all the pandemic problems. So solving the pandemic situation problem. The problems always be there. Look at the so which problem you choose for solving that is important. Maybe example Chitra Javali was here. So she is working in the cyber. Maybe if take that, so today the is very rapid rate. Considering that, of course, the same phase, the times also that happen. When we want to know have the security in place, you require security. So that is, if you look at today, there are n number of problems. Because I'm just talking to one of the experts in the cyber security who established a company, technology company. So n number of problems. So how the people will crack the firewall and get into the server, get into so many things. I think today, if you go to any of the countries, so advanced countries as well, the people the credit card fraud is too high, or they take anything. So maybe that's what I'm talking cyber security point of view. We require the secure transaction, secured information. So considering that, maybe that is one area. Like there are a number of problems. So as if you look into that cyber security area, the digital transformation, n number of problems. So which problem you choose? For example, take a signal processing itself. So signal processing, if you take a banking and finance, so can we apply can we apply the signal processing techniques, or signal processing methods, or signal processing application into the banking and finance? We are back in 2000, early 2000, Citibank of Singapore. They're doing some work. So we in fact I was involved in that project, if I remember. So using the ARIMA model like auto regression integrated moving average model, can we incorporate that to the savings bank account? That is, they want it because everyone is having a savings bank account. But most of the people, especially the salaried people, they get a salary in the first of the month, that's like first week of the month. Then they don't withdraw the money fully in the beginning. They may withdraw maybe few thousands in the beginning, maybe later in the few thousands like that. But most of the money will be in the bank account. So the bank thinking is that, so can we use this money for lending, which is in the savings bank account. So, but how? So they wanted to, before deciding that, they wanted to know. So what is the pattern? So which, like, then they approach the company. So they, when I'm aware I was working. So then we want to give us some solution they wanted. How can we decide by decision? So then we evaluated the requirement. Then after that, we found that we can use a remote. So totally, say in the bank, in the particular branch. So how many crores or how many millions of dollars will be in that bank? So that much of money you can lend it. So that is basically using a RIMA model. We developed a solution for the banking. Now what I'm trying to tell you is signal processing as such, the wide applications. So there are a lot of the possibilities. So maybe students, especially the students, will having a lot of ideas. They're seeing a problem, but they get a lot of ideas. Maybe to implement signal processing in any area, maybe plenty of areas, maybe including the oil and exploration, or take this steel industry, even a garment industry. So there are plenty. So it's an horizontal sector. It's not a vertical. So signal processing, definitely the people can put in a lot of thoughts, and they can solve the problem. Similarly, the robotic and process automation, I think all of you know. Today, maybe you just have to take one example. Take the agricultural harvesting or horticultural harvesting, so fruits and especially fruits. Harvesting of the fruits, maybe in the season, maybe because of the non-availability of the labor, maybe 40 to 50% of the crops is getting wasted. It is not being harvested. So now, especially in the developed countries, so this is one of the problems. Maybe many of the people are not able to harvest. So the people are thinking, can we deploy the robots, drones and robots, for getting this, the crops harvested? That means plug that fruit and other part. Sir, can you just mute your mic? Somebody, I think, Patil, sir, can you just mute your mic? Yeah, so no, maybe that's one area that the robotics is today, the robotic and signal processing together. That means when you want to harvest that fruit, you want to see whether that's ripened or not, whether to harvest or not. So that you require the image processing application, signal processing. So the robot will do the plucking. So once the signal processing processor, they give the signal to this robot, then it will plug the fruit. Maybe it could be anything, apple or the orange, whatever. So now that means the signal processing and robotics are coming together. So maybe that is a way of life. Maybe today it's a huge market for robotics. The drones and robotics is a big market in the horticulture sector, especially now. Maybe of course agriculture also. So I'm just taking the horticulture because that is a very huge market. So robots are required, or drones are required, so that, so in the future days the horticulture harvesting will happen. So maybe that's where there's the problems. That means I'm just giving a simple example, but the students and the faculty, we can find out what are the problems available. Then can take up some maybe few projects, very simple projects in our college. So if you're able to do that, definitely we can develop a solution wherein into the technology you can develop, then we can patent it, publish the paper, whatever. Then plus, of course, the technology commercialization can be done. So I wish the student chapter of this robotic and automation and signal processing society at the JSSATEN in Noida will give the way for the students and faculty to develop such kind of solving such kind of problems and developing a solution. Of course, with the help of the professional members across the world, we can contact and take the help. So I wish to see that in a coming year, coming days, and maybe we will achieve that. So with these few words, I thank all the members, Dr. Chitra Javali, to participate here, and also all the members for arranging this particular, the inauguration of the societies. I wish these societies a grand success, and I want to see more and more success in the coming days. So thank you so much, and thank you. Over to you guys, Shakia.
Thank you, sir. Your thoughts have shown us a new path. Thank you for motivating us to choose the problems from today's scenarios based on the signal processing and robotics and automation. Thank you, sir. We promise you that we'll work hard for achieving success by these two chapters. Thank you, sir. Now, on behalf of our student branch chapter, we would like to virtually present a small token of appreciation to our guest of honor, Dr. H.R. Mahadev Swami, Joint Director, TED JSS Mahavidyapitha. Sir, kindly accept a small gift from our side.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gayatri. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your all kind support during this journey. Now, on behalf of our student branch chapter, we would like to virtually present small token of appreciation to our principal, sir. Sir, kindly accept a small gift, sir. Principal, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Most welcome. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind support and motivation during this all journey of setting up the chapters. Now, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Ankit Yadav, PhD scholar at Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Kanpur. He has received his BTech in Electrical Engineering from Uttar Pradesh Technical University and MTech in Power Engineering from Delhi Technological University in 2011 and 2014 respectively. He worked as a lecturer in J.K. Lakshmipad University, Jaipur, and senior project associate at IIT Kanpur. Mr. Ankit Yadav is also an active volunteer for IEEE UP section. Presently, he is contributing as section's student representative IEEE Uttar Pradesh section, chair of IEEE PES student chapter, Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. His list of achievements include Outstanding Student Volunteer Award 2019 from IEEE India Council, Best to Paper Awards, nomination by IEEE UP section to attend IEEE Region 10 SYWL Congress 2018 in Indonesia. State Award Uttar Pradesh 2004 from Bharat Scouts and Guides. On behalf of our student branch chapter, we would like to virtually present a small token of appreciation to our guest of honor, Mr. Ankit. Ankit, sir. Yes, sir. Ankit, sir, kindly accept.
Ma'am,
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm transferring the presentation rights to Ankit, sir. So once you receive, please, if you are able to share your screen, sir, please reconfirm.
I think my screen is visible.
Sir, it is starting to getting shared. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you. So thank you for inviting me here. Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Chitra, Guest of Honor Dr. M.R. Mahadev,
Sir, I think your voice is not audible.
Hello, now I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, respected members of the organizing team, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am really pleased to be part of this event. I have been associated with UP section from a long period, around more than 6 years. And I have been in closely attached with the volunteers of JSS, and I personally know how hard they are working, how much they have achieved. So, I mean, I have been directly collaborating with many of the volunteers. So for that, I'm really pleased to be part of this program. And wherever I get the chance, whenever I get and wherever I go, I always try to explain the members' benefit of IEEE to all the fellow members so that they can utilize the IEEE very well. And today on this achievement of inauguration ceremony of robotics and automation and signal processing societies, I think it would be fitting for me to do it again. So if you allow, I can move ahead with the presentation and I can brief in a little that what are the benefits that members can get. So by being a member of IEEE, you become a member of the world's largest professional society. And this society is dedicated to advancing technologies for innovation and excellence of human benefit of humanity. So if you see the IEEE is divided basically in 10 parts. So part 1 to 6 is in US, you can see in the map. Then part 7 is Canada, like part 8, region 8, region 9. And then comes the region 10, entire Asia Pacific. This is the region where we belong. Our country comes in region 10. And if you see the global reach of IEEE, it has more than 4 lakh members, 39 societies, 160 countries. It is it is organizing around 100 plus 1800 plus annual conferences. It has a huge database of more than 40 lakhs technical documents, and then top cited periodicals are more than 170. And these are tentative, variable numbers. They keep growing each year uh, with the participation of volunteers, with the contribution of volunteers. So when you become a membership, when you become a member, you take a membership, you by default become a member of your student branch. So like that, those students of JSS, if you become a member of IEEE, you by default become a member of your local institute, like a student branch JSS Noida. And at the same time, you also become the member of Uttar Pradesh section, because geographically you are in the Uttar Pradesh. And based on the how many societies you have subscribed, these societies you can become a member of. Like today you have, if you have taken the membership of robotics and automation, then you are by default the member of this society. Similarly, signal processing, other societies you can also have. And apart from these, there are many affinity groups that you can be part of. The Young Professional Affinity Group, Y Affinity Group, Women in Engineering, and if I'm not wrong, JSS also has a WIE chapter. It started few months back. Then you can have a side group also, like that. So if you see the special interest membership, then there are basically society, there are standard association membership. So there are many committees who makes the standards for the different technical objectives. So by being a member of IEEE, you get opportunity to be a member of standard associations also. So you need to search and look how you can be member of it, and you can be part of the teams which are making standards. Similarly, affinity groups that I already explained. So now, since being a part of Uttar Pradesh geography, you are also a member of Uttar Pradesh section, and this section is basically started in May 11, 1992. So before that, this section was a part of Delhi Delhi section. So we were operating as a subsection of Delhi section, and on May 1992, we become a full-fledged section. This is the list of the chairpersons by IEEE Uttar Pradesh since beginning. So currently, Dr. Satish Kumar Singh is our chairperson. And in our section, if you see in the summary, we have 93 branches, 106 student chapters. We have 35 affinity groups. So these affinity groups include WIE as well as the side group. Then we have section chapters, 12 and 2 section level affinity groups. So what you get when you take a membership IEEE? So with the IEEE membership comes the opportunity to remain technically current, to get a professional networking, get a career development and other services. You can get the opportunity. You get the opportunity of continuing education, membership discount at reduced rate, and there are multiple awards and recognition that you can avail. So I will go through them one by one, and I will not take much of time. So to maintain technically current, to remain actively involved in the learning process, IEEE gives you multiple opportunities, which first of which is IEEE Spectrum. So for all undergraduate students, whoever listening this my talk, I encourage you to go to IEEE Spectrum website. Explore this website. You also be getting IEEE Spectrum magazine. These are quite wonderful magazine, quite wonderful website. Utilize it to its fullest. Then the institute. This is also a magazine. You would be getting it in your mailbox. Check it, use it. Of course, then there are IEEE Explore, which is full of research papers that you can access. Then there are Willy ebooks. There are IEEE event and conferences that you can get to attend. So in this way, IEEE helps you to remain technically active, technically current. And of course, there is IEEE TV that you can watch and learn. When it comes to professional networking, again, IEEE gives you a quite large platform. First thing is the IEEE Collaboratech. So it is basically a social media of IEEE. Here, uh, only IEEE members can interact with other IEEE fellows, to interact with dedicated societies, dedicated community groups based on your interests. So go and explore it. And then there is Google Apps at use the Google Apps at IEEE. It will give you a IEEE email. So like if you see my email ID, it is my name that at IEEE.org. In that way, in a similar way, you can also get your email ID. So you get an email ID, and with this email ID comes a Google account. So that has its own perks, like it has a double Google Drive and other perks that you can use. You can use the IEEE members network for your learning. You can attend a local meeting section in around your branch that you can attend. You can become a volunteer, like Sayyed and other members of your team, your college are volunteering. You also can be a volunteer. And then there is a young professional society that you can be part of. Gives you career opportunities. So like mentoring option through collaborative, it helps you create your resume and award. So these are some. This is basically a screenshot of IEEE Explore that is available for all. With the membership of IEEE, you get the option of discount at multiple conferences. Like a UPCon is under planning. There are many other IEEE conferences are planning. So when you go to the registration page of these conferences, you will see that it is for IEEE member, it is at reduced price. For non-IEEE member, the price is quite higher. So by being a member, you get the opportunity to get the registration in conferences at a reduced rate. So you should go and learn it, utilize it. Membership discount for the conferences, publications as well. Then there are multiple merchandise that you can use. There are other programs that are going on. Then comes the award and recognition. So this is a huge list of awards. If you can see on the top, there are Region 10 awards, the Larry K. Wilson Art and Exemplary Student Branch Award, Darrell Chong Student Activity Award. Many of the branch awards your branch has been already participating. I suggest them to share for them.
Sir, sorry to interrupt
and
you.
they will explain it to you.
Ankit sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I think there is some breakage in your voice, and also we cannot see the updated slides.
So currently, which slide you are looking at?
The professional networking.
Oh, that's quite slow.
Yes, sir, please.
So I change that or not? Okay.
Yes, sir, your voice is breaking.
Sir, your voice is also breaking, sir.
Okay. Is voice now okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
I will try once again.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You can continue.
So this is the multiple conference discount details that you can avail. Awards and recognition. I hope it is visual. Awards page.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So these are the multiple awards that volunteers can take, and one should apply and see what he can get. Of course, this is based on how much involved you are with IEEE, how much volunteering you are doing. And then there are these awards. Then these are based from IEEE, from R10, then from the section. Like last year, JSS itself has got a award of a COVID proposal. This year also, I think you have got it again. So like that, you need to volunteer and you need to apply and you will get the award. So there are huge number of awards that are being floated from IEEE, from ART, and from section that volunteers can get. These are some sections award. I would just show you a glimpse of them. So this is the best one, is Outstanding Branch Counselor Award. These are the recipients. Section Volunteers Award, Section Volunteers Award for students. Then Best Student Branch Chapter Award and Largest Branch Award. And these are the activity-based incentive award. So this award is basically based on how much activity you are doing throughout the year, and it has added a financial part also. These are some achievements of section. With this, actually, when I was looking at the slides of JSS achievement, I think there is one achievement that you have missed to include. Section has a student activity committee in which it has a student team also. And second now, and one of your volunteers, Miss Nitya, is part of this from the beginning. So I think you should also include in your these are the some awards that section has got. These are the this is a basic event. So you go to this link and find the multiple events that are going on. These are some important links. Actually, I have not shown you the web address. I have shown you the website names. So I urge all the volunteers, all the students to visit these websites. So search on Google, just type these names on Google and you will get the link and visit these websites. These are quite useful for the students. So IEEE student membership and subscription. So on this membership and subscription, you can see your profile. What are the details about you available on IEEE? Then section website, site website, YP website, WIE website, IEEE B tool, IEEE standards, IEEE education and resources, humanitarian and philanthropic activities, IEEE societies and communities. So you have now SPS, WIE, robotics and automation. So go and visit on these websites. See what are the opportunities available there for you. What are the funding opportunities? What are the learning opportunities? What are the volunteering opportunities? Explore all those. Then IEEE conferences, IEEE publications, IEEE societies. One should go and explore. I mean, this is a huge ocean of information, and I cannot explain all in a session. So if you are looking to get connected with the section, I encourage you to get connected. So these are the some links. We are present on WhatsApp. We are present on Telegram. We are also present on Facebook, LinkedIn. So you get connected with us whatever way you find suitable for you, whether it is WhatsApp, it is LinkedIn, it is Telegram. Get connected, and then you also can get connected with the IEEE. So this is IEEE TV. Then IEEE is available on Twitter, Instagram, membership experience, Facebook, Collaborative. So go and get connected with all these platforms. That's all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for enhancing our knowledge about IEEE benefits and sharing us the important links of IEEE. Thank you very much. Now, on behalf of our student branch chapter, we would like to virtually present a small token of appreciation to our guest of honor. Sir, kindly accept our small token of appreciation, sir.
Thank
Small
you,
gift from our side. Virtually, this only we can give you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. That's more than enough. This is
Thank you
great
very much,
opportunity
sir.
for me.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
present here in the auspicious moment, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure for me.
Welcome, sir. It's a great privilege for me to introduce you all our chief guest, Dr. Chitra Javeli. She is a research scientist in the domain of cybersecurity and currently working in Singapore. She pursued PhD in computer science and engineering from UNSW Sydney, Australia. During PhD, she was also associated as a research with Data 61/CSIRO Sydney. She received Bachelor of Engineering and Master of Technology degree from Visvesvaraya Technological University, India. Her research interests are wireless physical layer security, wireless sensor networks, security in Internet of Things, applied cryptography, and artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. She has been awarded several highly competitive awards for her novel research contributions like 2016 Google Australia PhD Fellowship in Security, N2 Women Young Researcher, etc. Dr. Javeli is the member of IEEE and ACM and serves on the Technical Program Committee of International Conferences. Dr. Javeli has recently been elected as N2 Women Fellowship Co-Chair for N2 Women Board. I would like to invite Dr. Javeli for sharing her experience and knowledge with us. Over to Dr. Javeli.
Yeah, thank you,
Ma'am,
Dr.
I'm
Gayatri,
transferring.
ma'am. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm transferring the presentation rights to you. Please
okay.
reconfirm once you are able to share your screen. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, now it says like share the screen. Yes.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
So let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Sure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So are you able to see the slideshow now?
Yes.
Syed, can you please confirm?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. GM Patil sir, the principal, and also Dr. Arun Kumar Gowda sir for inviting me for this chapters, that is robotics and automation system and signal processing system, JSS. And it was very nice to see today morning to have a very warm welcome from all the staff and all the students. And I also thank Dr. Gayatri ma'am for the very nice introduction about me, and Syed and all the members of IEEE. I appreciate your hard work as well for organizing this event. So let us move on to my presentation. Syed, I also have some videos to play in this presentation. So let
Yes,
me know
ma'am.
if you're not able to, because I'll be shifting the screens. So let me know if you're not able to see the screen, because the videos are really interesting, which will be really
Okay, ma'am.
helpful. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I can
Yeah.
advise you to please, like, if you can stop the sharing and reshare, and before sharing, there will be an option to connect the video.
Okay. Actually, I'll be playing the
So,
video in like Firefox or YouTube. So I think because
okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
uh,
if we hear the audio, we'll reconfirm. Okay, ma'am.
okay, the audio and the video both. Okay, let's see once the video occurs. Okay, thanks a
Yes,
lot.
ma'am.
Yeah. So in recent years, we have seen like many technological advancements in various fields, which have had a very high positive impact in our lives. Like some of the examples that include are 3D printing and data analysis and sustainable environment. And also, not to leave apart, are the two important topics for which the chapters are being opened today, that is the robotics and the signal processing. So today I'll be sharing with you all some of the advancements which we have seen like over the past 20 to 25 years, and how we are moving in the present digital era in these two main domains. So first of all, I would like to start with the advancements in the robotics part. And here I would like to tell you that we have seen like many advancements in the robotics. So the first thing is that we have seen robots like everywhere around us now. That is, they help the doctors in the surgeries, and they also help the nurses to provide meals in the hospitals. And they also help not only in the hospitals, but in addition to that, they also help in like the mining parts where the situation is very dangerous, and humans, like it's very dangerous for the, and it can also be fatal for the humans to go in such areas. So they help in mining, and the robots do help in the battlefield as well, as we see in one of these pictures. It's a small robot. So even here, like when the armies are being confronted by enemies, the robots do help in attacking the enemies in a very hidden manner. So not only in such mission critical applications, but we have also seen robots like where we have them entertaining with the kids and also taking care of the elderly, because now most of the uh, people in Japan who are very much elderly people, they have robots as their companions. And plus, to do all home essential activities such as mowing the lawn and helping us in the car parking areas as well. So these are like some of the examples of where the robotics are being used now. And not to mention, this robotics has also been seen in sci-fi movies like the Terminator and Transformers, and also we have the iRobot. And not to be left behind, we also have Bollywood films like Enthiran. So these are the ones which have shown us how the future will be in the next like 20 to 30 years, which we are already seeing now, because some of the movies were like the Terminators, they were like produced in the 1980s. So we are seeing like some of the reality of these robots, like robots in the battlefield and robots in the mines as well. So robotics, like it's a multidisciplinary field. It consists of the electrical engineering. Of course, it needs the digital circuits, the low-cost sensors, and some powerful batteries as well. And to add on to this, it needs the support of other engineering fields as well, like the mechanical engineering and computer science, which does all the sophisticated software programming part, and of course, the trending artificial intelligence. And to back up all these, we have the mathematics, which is the foundation of all the engineering subjects. And in addition to all the engineering and the mathematics part, we also have some other multidisciplinary fields which are added to robotics, because we have seen now the robots being used side by side to humans. So there comes a law. We have to follow some laws for the robots. Like, what if a robot happens to do something by fault? So who will be like responsible for it? So we also have psychology, biology, and cognitive science combined with the engineering and the mathematics field as well. So what actually makes a robot? As humans, we have five senses like the touch, taste, and hearing, the sound, and also the vision. A robot is also like made up of some of the essential components, like the eyes, we have the perception sensors, and the hands for the collaboration, the feet for the mobility, and of course, combining all these comes the brains, that is the computing power. So now let us see each of these by stages and what are the advancements in each of these robots. So coming to the first part, that is the perception. Now, usually for the perception, the first and foremost thing what we need is something to capture an image, that is nothing but the camera. So in the 1990s, Apple actually introduced QuickTake. This was like for one of the first home digital cameras which was introduced by Apple. And prior to that, we had cameras. I'm not quite sure like whether today's students do know about it, because we had cameras where we had a reel, and it used to take like only a minimum amount of photos, say about 30 to 36 photos. And in order to develop a hard copy of the photo, we had to wait like around 15 to like 8 days to get the hard copy of the photo. So it was like not an instant photograph picture where we could see, like nowadays we have all the panoramic view and all the different types of portrait and all the different types of views which we have in the camera. But Apple actually introduced its first digital, and that was a major revolution in the field of camera. And the storage, what it had was like only 8 photos, and which was at a resolution of 0.3 megapixels. So that was like the maximum resolution which it could provide. And if you compare that with today's iPhone, which has like 2 to 3 built-in cameras, which has like 25 times more resolution than the quick take, we can see how advanced the technology in the camera development field has taken place. So these cameras can be utilized in today's robots in order to do for them some sophisticated work. To add on to the perception, we also have Kinect. This was a video game controller which was introduced by Microsoft in 2011 during the Christmas time. And the main interest or the main feature of this video game controller was it could be attached to a home TV, and it could mimic the actions of the user, whoever was present in front of the TV. That is, it could be connected to the TV, and then the Kinect or the video game controller could perform the same actions as the user could perform. That is, if you could like play a tennis racket, then even the player in the TV could swing its arms. And the main feature of this was it could measure the distance from the front of the camera to the object. That is, it could measure the depth of the person. That is how far the person is from the camera, which can be utilized in today's self-driving cars, which will actually detect the object. If any object is present in front of it, then it will actually avoid the collision. So this was like the main revolution which is used in nowadays self-driving cars as well, and it also robots as well. That is this type of technology. So in perception, we have seen the hardware part of it, that is the camera. So in order for this to work successfully, we need something called as the machine vision, which is the software behind the data which is given by the camera. That is, machine vision is a branch of computer science which uses a sophisticated software so that it can interpret the data from the cameras. To give an instance of a machine vision domain, what I can provide you is a robot picking parts. That is a robot which picks up some parts which are placed in this box. So how does a robot actually pick up this part? Now, of course, the camera gives it the raw data, that is in terms of pixels, and then a software has to intelligently process the data which is present. That is, first it has to identify part, and then next it has to identify the orientation, that is, understand in what direction the part is present or the object is present, so that it can move with a correct speed its arm and pick up plan a specific path to it and pick up the particular object. So it's not only the camera, but we also need a software in order to have not some, but many of the different things which are in order to do a job successfully by a robot. A real life example of this is strawberry picking robot, which was developed by Acrobat. It is actually a Spanish company. This robot, it actually helps the farmers, which helps to pick up only the strawberries, which are the ripe ones, and it keeps the unripe one just as it is. So here, as Acrobat developed robots to pick up the strawberries, which will help the farmers and also save the labor cost, there are also other companies which which are developing robots in order to pick up some other fruits as well, like apples or oranges, and also to help in other agricultural fields as well. So this was like one of the example, a real life example in today's world regarding this Acrobat. Now coming to the next part is the collaboration. That is, we require hands in order for the robot to collaborate with others. Now, one of the companies which comes into picture when performing the collaboration robot is ABB. ABB is one of the major manufacturing cobot company, and it developed a robot which is called as the YuMe, and it is a short form for you and me, that is you and me collaborating together. And I would like to share this video with you all regarding the YuMe robot, and please let me know if you are not able to see this
Sure, ma'am.
video. Okay, so I'll just stop it. So are you able to see now the video, Syed? Because
Ma'am,
it says
video
your,
is, yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, video is visible.
video is visible. Okay, I have just stopped it, sir. Okay, then thanks a lot for the confirmation. I'll just start playing the video.
Ma'am, we were able to see the video very well, but ma'am, no audio was audible to us.
Oh, there was no audio.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it possible like if I share you the link and you can share the video, or
Ma'am, if you can please stop sharing and reconnect, but
stop?
there will be an option to, yes, ma'am. And
Okay,
ma'am,
stop
also,
sharing.
yes, ma'am, and also that due to that integration of some technologies in WebEx, I think, ma'am, there is a problem I have heard from many. But ma'am, you can try.
Okay, now I have stopped
Ma'am,
sharing.
yes,
So
ma'am. Ma'am, after clicking on this sharing content,
yeah,
there will be an option somewhere on the top to reconnect. A marker will be there.
okay. I don't see
Share
any
Share
audio
marker.
audio.
is there. Hassan, I think that option is there. Share audio.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please check.
Okay, now once I click on the share button, it
Yes,
Yes,
shows
ma'am.
ma'am.
me like share.
Yes, ma'am.
It shows me like
On top
multiple
somewhere there
screens.
will be share audio.
Share audio. Okay, there is
One tab should be there, ma'am. Share audio.
it says switch to audio. You're using computer audio. Okay, I don't see any because once I click on the share button, it shows me like the different screens which I need to share. That's it. But there
Ma'am,
is
from a
nothing.
moment, can I take the presentation privileges to me if I can see
Okay.
for a bit of moment? I'll,
Okay.
okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I'm taking and I'll revert back.
Okay, sure. Or
I'm,
Syed, if it's okay, I'll share the link with you, or maybe if you can help me to play the video, even that will be okay.
okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm seeing this only. Yes, ma'am. Even I am not able to see the options.
Okay. So is
Okay,
it
ma'am.
that?
Maybe
Ma'am,
some settings has been changed by WebEx, Hassan. So nowadays audio is not we are not able to play.
Yes, ma'am. Even in the early days, I have received
Yeah.
an email from WebEx that due to some hackings and
Yes.
issues, they have discontinued two of their services.
Okay, so
Ma'am,
is
this
there
is due
any?
to WebEx, and this is due to WebEx policies.
Okay,
We are not able
so
to share it.
there is no other option. So now we can see only the videos of the, because I have many number of videos to share, and if you all don't hear the audio, then I mean there is no fun in it. So that is why. So
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there no other option? Even the admins cannot share, is it? Like you all have higher
Ma'am,
privileges.
ma'am, we have made everyone the panelist, and all the panelists have almost the same, I think, privileges, and there is no, I think,
Okay,
ma'am.
probably what I can do is I'll just even copy paste the uh, link in the chat. Maybe y'all can have it, I mean, see it on your screen
Yes, yes, that
simultaneously.
option will
Even
work.
I will
Yes, ma'am.
play simultaneously, even I'll play it on my screen as well, because if you'll hear the audio, it'll be better. So do you want me to now? Shall I start sharing the
Yes,
content?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Send the link in chat box, ma'am.
Yeah, that will be better, I guess. So I'm just sending it to all the attendees. Okay, so did you all get the link for the ABB Yumi robots? Hello?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You have shared in the chat.
Yes, I have shared in the chat, and where there were like good morning messages and all everything. Good morning to everyone. And I sent it to all the attendees.
So, okay, ma'am. Can you please reshare it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yes,
have
ma'am. Now it is. Ma'am, it has
now
come to me
I have
privately. I
shared
am
it with
sending
you.
it to everyone. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can maybe share it to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. I've shared.
Okay, so simultaneously, maybe I can play the video once more.
Yes, ma'am. That is the best approach that I think we can rely on.
Yes, 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 exactly.
Okay.
Ma'am, have you played the video?
Yeah, it's already playing.
But
Ma'am,
ma'am,
we
it
can
is not
only see
visible,
your
ma'am.
slide.
We
I
cannot
think
see
for
your, we are able to see only your slides, ma'am.
Oh, okay, because I already played the video. Maybe you can try playing it on your own personal computer, I guess, because I played the video, but I'm not quite sure why it did not share. Okay, I think we'll move on to the next one. I'll try playing the
Yes,
next
ma'am.
video as well, if it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, this was actually about a robot called as Yumi, as I already said. And we can see the collaboration of the robot, how it works, even with the small microchips and also the digital chips and also the test tubes as well. The handling of the test tubes and the chips has to be very precise. So ABB, like this is the development of the ABB company over the past like 5 years, and with so much of precision and so much of accuracy, like without breaking even the test tube, they hold it, and with very accuracy, they even like solder the circuits on the board as well, which do help humans in their work. Once y'all like get time, y'all can watch the video on ABB. And the next part which I would like to share is regarding, sorry. Yeah, the next part which I would like to share is the example of the BMW. That is, BMW also uses cobots in its manufacturing unit. And there is one more video, and I hope this, so I shall first share, I guess, in the chat so that y'all can just have a look on it, have a look at it in your personal computer, and parallelly maybe I can even play it on my screen if possible. And I'm really very sorry for this inconvenience which is happening now. So it says, yeah. So did everyone get the YouTube link? Hello?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I'm not even able to pass the link to anyone. I'm not sure why. Okay, now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now it is visible in the
So
chat. Yes,
I
ma'am.
can only pass to all the panelists and not to all the attendees.
Okay, ma'am. I'll check that option. I think there might be
Okay.
some settings. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, I think,
Sayed, you kindly
yeah, I think
put
Syed
the
can share with,
yeah. Sayed, you can share it with all.
Yes, ma'am. I've shared with everyone.
okay, thanks a lot. And
Excuse me, ma'am. There is a option in tab. There is a on the top left-hand side share, and in that there is
share.
a multimedia. In that multimedia, you can share your video. There
Okay,
is
on left-hand
third tab
side.
on top left and scroll down,
Yeah,
and there is a
share.
sharing
Yeah,
options.
got it.
And in that sharing options, you can
Yeah, it
use
says
multimedia.
share file
Please try
including
that.
video. Okay, I'll just try it. Okay, it went on to a different screen now. So now are you able to see my screen?
Ma'am, your screen is not shareable. You just
I
kindly share your screen first, ma'am. Then only we
think
will.
the option which I pressed, it actually was selecting the multimedia from my computer, and that doesn't work, I guess. The option which I was told just now, it did not work. So I think it is better for me to share my
Yes, ma'am.
screen itself.
Yes, ma'am.
I think
Yes,
I'll only stick I'll only stick on with that.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, but at least you're able to see my screen if I play the video. Now I hope you're able to see my screen because it says you're sharing Microsoft PowerPoint.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, now if I click on this video, so now you're able to see the screen.
No, ma'am, we are only seeing that presentation only.
Because it says for me, you're sharing the Microsoft PowerPoint.
Okay, ma'am. When you are sharing, there is the option to share the whole screen on top.
Yeah, you're sharing Microsoft
If you
PowerPoint.
share your screen, then open it.
Screen, ma'am. The whole screen. First
Yeah.
option. First option.
Share my
Yeah.
screen.
Yes.
Yes. Now we are able to see.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes. Now you
okay.
play, ma'am. Yes. Now. Yes.
Are you all able to hear the audio? Anyway, there's no
No,
comment.
ma'am.
There is no commentary for this video.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, are you using headphones?
Yeah, I'm using headphone. Yes.
Ma'am, you remove your headphones and then unmute yourself. Then only we will be able to listen the voice which is coming to your laptop. That will be busy. We can hear that voice. So you
Okay.
remove your headphone and try once, ma'am.
Okay, I'll remove. And
No. No, ma'am, it's not audible.
yeah, so that was just a glimpse of how the cobot works in the BMW environment. Am I audible to everyone now?
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am,
Okay.
you will share the link. I'll play it on my mobile phone, and I'll share the audio through this microphone only, so
Uh,
everyone can hear. I hope we can try,
uh,
ma'am.
okay. Uh, we can, because I have many videos to play. So this is a bit of inconvenience. That's okay.
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
figure out some solution for this. Or maybe I can just give comments on, I can give the commentary on the video as it is playing if anything does not work.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So this was like about BMW. Anyhow, there was no audio behind it. So this was just like only the video part. And here you could see with what precision the cobot actually seals the part of the car. And it, though it is like working beside humans, it does not even harm the humans. So it only does what it is supposed to do. So as in one of the ABB's video, last video, they said like prior the robots were present in the cage and they were not allowed to like move outside because of because during like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, the robots were not so much sophisticated to work alongside with the humans. But now we see like they are helping humans and even like they are able to clean the house or in all the essential work which is done by the humans. So this was like one of the example of the cobot. So moving on to the next part will be the mobility. So here we saw in the previous part, that is in the cobots part, that is they were fixed at one place. But what about the robots which are moving around freely, like in some of the warehouses where the robots are required to store some particular boxes, and also in some of the car parking areas and all. So we'll see some of the examples of the mobile robots now. The first example which I'll be showing is of the Service, that is a company, and they actually released a robot called as a Relay. Now, as Dr. Mahadev Swami sir said, like during this pandemic situation, it has created like lots of opportunities for researchers, and they have used some of the researchers have used this situation in a positive manner. So this company Savioke also have used this pandemic situation. That is, it is a robot which helps to deliver some of the essential requirements to the rooms. So now let's see the working of the robot. Probably y'all can play it in your own personal computer, or I'll try sharing. Yeah. So this is like one of the videos. So Sir, did you get the video from my side? I have sent it to all the panelists,
Yes, ma'am. I have sent it all to all the members.
attendees. Okay, good. Sorry, this is again the same video.
Now it is working, Hassan. Some audio is coming. Increase volume more.
Some audio is there.
Your delivery has arrived.
Yes, ma'am.
Increase the volume.
Okay, so am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So were you able to see the video? The video anyhow did not have any audio for it. So I'll just give the uh, say what it's doing. So you can see how during this situation, as during the pandemic situation, like we are told to maintain 1 meter or 5 meter distance apart. So the robot very much helps for the room delivery service without having much of the humans in contact. So it delivers like whatever is required, like the snacks or the other requested items. It actually moves from the lobby and to the room which has requested the items. And once it reaches the front of the door, it gives a call to the room, to the person who is present in the room. It dials, and the person knows that a robot is waiting for him or her outside, and he picks up those essential items. So this was like one of the interesting example of a delivery robot. And moving on to the next example of the mobility is kinetoscope. Now, this kinetoscope is actually a mobile security robot, which actually drives around the warehouses or the parking lots and the shopping malls, and it does a patrolling kind of job. That is, if there is any intruder present in the place, then it immediately calls the security officer so that for some to detect, and it detects whether there is any anomalous behavior. And for this kinetoscope, I actually have one more video that is, it is called as Peter. It is not of kinetoscope, but it is actually of the patrolling robot, which is done by a robot in the Changi airport itself. And I'll share the link again. Okay, I have shared the link to all the panelists, and I'll play the video from my side. And let me know if there is. Okay. Okay, we have an ad. Okay. So that was a video about robot patrolling, and it actually tells whether a car is parked on the right side. I mean, if in the designated place, and if a car is not parked on the designated place, then it actually again calls the security officer. It like waits for about 30 seconds and it calls the security officer. So this was like an example of a robot patrolling. And I would like to show you one more video, which is used in, the video is right here, but anyhow, I'll just use the link which is present in my, okay, screen. So as I've already said, like we need to maintain some social distancing. So in Singapore, again, they have been using robots in parks and all, so that to remind people of the social distancing part. And the robot actually in the video announces people to maintain so and so distance if they are very much close by. So this is actually okay, I'll just share the link again. And okay, I hope everyone's got the link, and I'll just play the video from my side. Okay, we just need to skip the ad. Okay. Okay. So the robot is actually announcing to maintain like 1 meter distance apart, and he's roaming around in the park. This is only for trial purpose, and they had used it like started it on last year. So that was actually a robot from Boston Dynamics as well. And even they have been using robots for different applications. But Singapore found one of its way in reminding people of the social distancing. And it goes on announcing every random distance, that is every like after some kilometers, it just announces that people have to maintain so and so distance apart. So okay. We also have robots in one of the districts in Singapore, which delivers groceries for senior citizens, as senior citizens find it difficult for their movement to buy everyday groceries. So one of the robots which is present in this link actually delivers groceries to the senior citizens. I will move on to the next link because the next link is the one which is the more interesting part. And here the robot actually is used for cleaning purpose in Changi Airport. Changi Airport is actually Singapore airport. And it also gives out some water bottles to all the tourists around the airport. Let's see how, yeah, the working of this robots as well in the airport. We'll just wait for the ad to finish. Okay. So the robot even like entertains people by telling some jokes around. And this video is good because it has all the script below it.
Processes and aspects of customer experience. These robots allows both efficiency and productivity. A lot of times the robot takes on the heavy lifting and the more laborious tasks of our workers. Previously, there will be two personnel, two cleaners that will be in charge of waste collection. With the implementation of the waste collection robot, the waste collection robot moves by itself and you only need one cleaner to facilitate the process. We're always looking at areas that can implement robotics or autonomous technology. So we do have a concierge robot that are currently undergoing trial. Apart from just displaying promotions or advertisements, what they will eventually be allowed to do is actually transact for guest tickets as well. So guests can have another platform to purchase tickets when they are in Jewel. This enhances our guest experience. We also try to get the robots more public facing and be deployed during operating hours. The robots that are deployed at level 5, these are very well received, especially with children. After a long and fun day, they are very welcomed by the sight of the robot, bringing them sweets and water.
Okay, so that was a robot at the airport. So we can see it even
Ma'am,
telling a joke. Yeah, hello? Yes.
yes, ma'am. We were able to hear that video a bit.
Oh, that was good. And there was like script also below the video. So I think it shouldn't be a problem to understand the video as well. So I think we can move further. That at least that was one of the good news that y'all could hear a part of the audio of the video thing. Okay. So we'll move on to the further part. That is, we finished off three. That is the eyes, feet, and the hands. So let's go on to the brain, which is the most important part of the robot. That is, it's a processor which combines all the data which is present or captured from all the three other essential parts. So for the computing power, we have the graphical processing units, which are very much faster than the central processing units, and programmers do use the GPUs so that the robots can actually decide at a faster pace, and also they use parallel GPUs together in terms of gaming as well. So And also IBM has introduced Synapse. This is like one of the chip which has around 5.4 billion transistors, and it can emulate around 256 million brain-like synapses. So this is the Synapse, which is a chip introduced by IBM that was around 5 to 6 years ago, and they have very much advanced in their technology, and they're planning to use it in the much advanced robots and the future technology as well. It is also a revolution in the IBM's part as well, production of IBM as well. So that was regarding the computing power. So that was all about the robotics, which we had seen all way around, and the development of the different essential parts of the robots during the past 20 to 25 years, and how the technology has evolved over the time. And we see robots now like alongside with the humans, working with the humans. So moving on to the next chapter, that is the signal processing part. Now, if you do not mention about the wireless communication, then signal processing is it's half done. So the most advancement in the technology which we see is, of course, about the mobile communication, and which evolved during the early 1980s. And first, initially, there was this analog communication which came into picture with the 1G. That is, the G stands for, I think all of y'all know, it stands for generation. And later on, there was a huge advancement with the 2G part as it moved on from the analog to the digital part, that is using the GSM and the GPRS. And that is where people started handling the cell phones. And later in the 3G part, which came in the early 2000 uh, year, and there we could have the video calls. Of course, with each of the generation which was passing on, we had higher bandwidth, and also the speed of the data which was there, it went on increased from kbps, mbps to now we can see as gbps as well in the 5G. And for the 4G, it was the addition of the Wi-Fi and the LTE with all the video calls coming in and with the advent of the smartphones. So mobile phone communication is actually the best example of where we can give in the advancements in the signal processing part. And this was regarding all about the cellular or the mobile phone communication. Now, to move on to the signals which are also present in our home network, to give an example, that is the present ongoing research which is going on by some of the famous universities like MIT or Utah University in the US. I can quote you one example is the YC, which is called as the whole home sensing and recognition of human gestures. The YC actually makes use of the Wi-Fi signals which are present in a home, and it actually recognizes some of the gestures which are made by the humans, like waving your hand or tapping your hand can actually be recognized by the signal processing itself. And now let's see what the researchers use it for. This is one of the research topics. So anybody like who is interested more into research can look more into it. And they also have papers. So I'm sharing the link to the panelists, and I'll also play it from my part as well.
Of 500,000 machine learning and artificial intelligence professionals keeping.
Ma'am, now also the voice is audible, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear the voice?
Voice is there, ma'am, in the video.
Voice. Okay, then I'll not tell the commentary. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for that.
Enables a user to perform gestures not only from the computer or TV, but anywhere in the home. WeSync works by leveraging wireless signals like those from Wi-Fi-enabled devices around us. The signals reflecting out from the human body can be analyzed to detect human motions. However, the signal received is broadband, making it difficult to sense subtle changes. Our algorithms transform this signal into a number of very narrowband peaks of 2 Hz, allowing WeSync to detect changes in the signal on the order of 10 Hz. For example, when a user moves their arm, it causes change of 10 to 20% signal, which VCSATEN can detect. In an environment with multiple people, VCSATEN can lock onto a single user using multiple antennas. In this prototype implementation, we can see signal change in real time as the user moves his hand. By analyzing the variations of this signal over time, we can enable complex full body gestures that go beyond just hand motion. In this example, the user performs punching and arm swing gestures, each of which produces a distinct pattern. By applying machine learning to these patterns, we can detect what gestures are performed. This sensing capability extends to the entire environment and not just in proximity to the VC sensing device. In home setting, we envision VC to be easy to install as simply plugging a wireless router, since our software could be built into it. Any wireless devices in the home, like a phone or laptop, could be used as a signal source. VC could then enable a number of exciting applications. For instance, the user could control music with a simple gesture. Similarly, other devices could be controlled across the room. This can extend beyond home entertainment devices to home automation, for instance, controlling heating or cooling. Since VC does not require the user to carry or be in line of sight of sensor, we believe VC could enable truly ubiquitous gesture interaction in the home.
So one of the applications which how we even saw a few of the applications how the gestures could be recognized, like even for heating control to switch off the lamps as well, and also to change the music uh, of the tape as well. So there are like different applications which we can think of using these using the Wi-Fi signals by which it can recognize the different gestures of a human. So this was like one of the examples of how we can use our surrounding Wi-Fi for our everyday needs. Moving on to next of the advancement in signal processing, that is seeing through walls. Researchers from the University of Utah actually used a radio tomographic imaging. The short form of it is like RTI. Here you can see in this snapshot that there are many transceivers which are present. Say they are like Zigbee nodes, or you can have T-Mode Sky or TLOS B modes, which work in the frequency of 2.4 gigahertz. And you can see a person is moving around. So as the person moves around, there is a blob here which is generated, and this image, which is a vision, it actually shows simultaneously in real time, like as the person moves, this image also like moves in the surrounding area. So this application actually the researchers suggested to be used in the like during if any of the if any house is hijacked, then to identify the intruders or the terrorists in the home where they are moving around. So this was like one of the application that was suggested by the researchers at the University of Utah. And it can also like see through walls. That is walls, when there are cameras, we actually cannot see across the wall. So that is like one of the drawback. But using these signals, that is the wireless signals, they can actually see across the walls as well and identify the movement of the person. So I'll just share this in the chat. And it is good to know now the audio is being heard by the participants. Okay. I'll play this video as well.
Joey, I'm from the University of Utah Span Lab, and me and Neil Patwari, my advisor, are going to show you our through wall movement tracking system that we just put together today, and I'm going to give you a little tour of it. So what we have is we're at a home, and we put radios, you can see them on these white stands, around a large portion of the building. So if you follow me, some level along here. Right here we have an external wall. Everything's on the exterior of the area that we're trying to track. So we're trying to actually see through the wall and determine where motion is occurring on the other side of the wall without actually having any kind of device. So wall, we're going to come into the area where we're trying. Marks and swaths, and that basically helps us know where we are and compare it with our RAS. You can see our radios are set up along the kitchen. You can see the blinking lights. That means they're transmitting, and they go through the kitchen here. And this wall is actually an external wall. This portion of the building was built after the house was built. So what you're seeing here is actually was originally an external wall. So it's realistic. And, it's on the outside of the wall, outside of the window. And for lack of a better system, we just put it out on a stick and so all of our radios along this path and hopefully we're estimate where this is all tracking using radio.
Ma'am, again, it is not audible.
There is no audio, madam. There is
Okay,
no
okay.
audio. Yeah, it's only the. So actually, what's happening here is you can hear me because now I do not have the headphone on. Only if I plug out the
Yes.
headphone, then I think the video's audio is shareable by me. Yeah.
Okay.
So here what happens is these are actually the transceivers which are present as the student showed around the house. So these are like working in 2.4 gigahertz. And as the person is moving around the house, it actually shows in real time where all the person is moving inside the house. So using these like signals, wireless signals, the student has shown and his professor. Okay, so the student also moved outside the house. So now you can see that in real time how the movement is happening accurately. Yeah, so application of how the wireless signals can be like seen, can be useful across the walls to track a person's movement. So here a person doesn't have to even have any radio tag or anything, but just surrounding his house, he requires to install all these wireless nodes. So this is also like one of the research and by University of Utah, and they have several papers based on in most of the top conferences they have it. So you can have a look at their research papers as well. And adding on to this, we have like RF pose as well, that is which is the research work by MIT. And they have actually extended this work using the artificial intelligence, because now we have artificial intelligence or deep learning everywhere applicable. So this is like one of the research extended by MIT, the previous research as well, which was shown to you in the video. And I'll just, okay, play the video. And it uses deep learning and neural networks in order to detect the person behind the wall. Yeah, so here we can see and from what we see from the RTI, that is from the University of Utah researchers to the MIT researchers, that is they have used neural networks to even identify the micro movements of a human who is when he or she is behind the wall, like even writing on the board or sitting. And their next plan is like to move on to having, now this is a 2D structure. Now they are again planning to move on to have a 3D picture of each of the persons over there. So they have MIT actually has many useful research papers published, and they are also like published in SIGCOMM, and they have many applications based on wireless signals. Like this is one of the parts, like tracking through walls. Another one is identifying the emotions of a person using analyzing their breath itself, using the Wi-Fi signals as well. So that is one more example. So you can find many research papers from them if you do want to, like, if you're very much interested in having this as the research, or having this as signal processing as one of the applications for the wireless signals. So with this, I would like to complete my talk, and there were like many videos in it, and I'm really sorry for all the inconvenience which it did cause during the presentation. And I would like to say, like, for the students, the subjects which you all study, like some of the subjects in engineering, we do study the theoretical part of it, like the control theory or information theory. So all these are essential in robotics as well, because once you get to know about their practical value, or once you get on the hands on the subject, then it'll be very fun to study these subjects. So during your semester breaks or anytime during weekends, try to do some miniature projects which will help you to give a real-time application or real-time example. And I have also seen many of the projects by the students of IEEE when the inauguration was happening, and I saw like there were projects which were funded, and that's a really good insight, which shows that at such a young age, y'all are having the projects being funded. So do make use of all the subjects which you do have in your engineering, and try to pursue higher studies as well. And it anyhow depends on personal commitments. Try to gain in-depth knowledge of each of these subjects. And it's very good to know that the most important domains, that is the signal processing and robotics, which are very much high in demand in future. Y'all are inaugurating, this is the inauguration of these chapters. And I also have some of the things to tell on from my personal point of view. That is, we do have, if you want to conduct your future research or anything, then we do have channel on YouTube, which is called as the Inquisitive Brains. And y'all can just click on this Inquisitive Brains, and we have made videos where it gives you some research tips of your PhD, and it tells you how to move on to your research, and how to conduct like basic literature survey, because there were many questions when I had in mind when I was about to join PhD, and there is not like one place where we can get all this information. So this is like from my experience. And yes, do watch the videos and do subscribe to the channel. And these are like some of the references which I have used. You can have a look at it, and you can also have a look at the videos if the audio, uh, if the audio was not audible for you so clearly. Yeah, and that's it. And I again thank you for the opportunity for providing me to have this talk, and it was an honor to be present here. And I'm really very sorry for all the disturbance and the inconvenience which was caused during the presentation. I do know it feels a bit bore, but we cannot help because we are doing some online work. But I was happy to know that at the end something worked out. I just plugged out my headphone, and then y'all could hear the audio. So that was the best part of it.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for showing your knowledge, sharing your knowledge about advances in robotics, and giving us the exposure of new generation robotics like agrobot, collaboration bot, mobile bot, graphics processing units, etc. And also, I thank you for sharing your knowledge about the advancements in signal processing, the latest technologies which are used like transceiver, latest transceivers. You told that they are used in how they are used for tracking the person's movement in the house. So that was very interesting part, ma'am. And also you have shared so many links with us, and they are very informative. So I believe that all our participants, they will be definitely going to benefit it from it, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a nice knowledge, such a nice sharing of your knowledge with us. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to invite from on behalf of our student branch chapter, we would like to virtually present a small token of appreciation to our chief guest, Dr. Chitra Javeli, ma'am. So, ma'am, kindly accept this small just a press token of appreciation from our side.
Okay.
And we have enjoyed a lot, ma'am. So you don't say that we have just have some inconvenience. This was really very informative speech from your side, ma'am.
Thank you,
Now,
ma'am,
thank
for
you, ma'am.
the token
So
of appreciation. And thank you very much for your patience and time. Patience was throughout. Everyone had patience because there was a lot of disturbance. So thank you very much for having so much of patience of listening to me as well.
yes, ma'am. Actually, we have got the exposure of latest technologies, and ma'am, this is a new thing for us, and our all students, they will be benefited from it definitely. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Sayed, now I would request our chairperson, IEEE student branch, Mr. Sayed, to introduce the team members of our student chapters IEEE SPS and IEEE RAS. Sayed, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. So on behalf of whole IEEE JSSATEN team, being a chair, I would like to open all the positions in the newly formed society, as well as we'll be talking about our own main branch in the aftermath. So start with the Signal Processing Society, which was first formed in the early January, is led by the chapter advisor, Dr. B.P. Mishra, sir. Sir, lead us as a chapter advisor of IEEE JSSATEN, followed by Vedika Mishra being the chairperson of IEEE JSSATEN student branch chapter. And moving further, we have a vice chairperson, Mr. Tushar Srivastav. And moving on, the general secretary for IEEE SPS JSSATEN is Kanishka Tripathi. Next slide, please. The webmaster for IEEE SPS JSSATEN student branch chapter is Shivam Gupta. The technical, all the technicalities and the website behind the SPS JSSATEN, which will be going. So Mr. Shivam Gupta will be handling. Moving on, we have the treasurer, the finance minister of the SPS, IEEE SPS JSSATEN is Vinayak Tomar. Now moving on to the robotics part. So the robotics was also formed at almost 10 days after, in the mid of January this year. So the chapter advisor and is Dr. Gayatri Sakya ma'am. Ma'am leads IEEE RAS JSSATEN student branch chapter as a chapter advisor. Following on, we have the chairperson for RAS JSSATEN as Shreya Gupta. Moving further, we have a vice chairperson, Riya Tuhangar of IEEE RAS JSSATEN. The general secretary for IEEE RAS is Shatakshi Shukla, and the webmaster for IEEE RAS JSSATEN is Soumya Shukla. She's also the good designer, and she designs a lot, all the designs behind it. And the finance minister, the treasurer of IEEE RAS JSSATEN is Ritik Singh Chauhan. So this was all about the newly formed chapters, but there is a team behind everything, and the team is the main IEEE JSSATEN student branch. So our branch counselor of the whole IEEE JSSATEN student branch, under which all these societies and chapters and affinity group, is Ms. Gunjan Vashne ma'am. So ma'am lead us as a branch counselor of the main branch. Moving on, myself as the chairperson of the main student branch. So the vice chairperson for IEEE JSSATEN student branch is Samarthya Kumar Gupta. Samarthya Kumar Pandey. I'm sorry for that. The general secretary for the main student branch is Satakshi Shukla, and the webmaster for the main student branch, the website is also on. So is Shreya Gupta, all the technicalities and the web related technologies. So moving on, we have the treasurer for the main student branch as Ritik Singh Chauhan. Next slide. So there are some other like supportive heads and supportive leads which are needed. So Kanishka Tripathi again lead us as a creative head of the main branch. Moving on. We have the management head as Vinita Kumari. Ms. Vinita Kumari is the management head. Moving on. We have Shivam Gupta, the technical lead. Next slide. We have Soumya Shukla as the design lead. As I mentioned earlier, all the designs behind. Next slide. And yes, the public relation head is Ayush Rao for IEEE SPS ATN student branch. And last but not the least, our social media head for IEEE SPS student branch is, next slide please, Anubhav Singh. So this was the whole team, earlier the whole team of SPS and then RAS and the whole team of main student branch. So thank you, ma'am, and over to you, Kathy.
Thank you, Syed. Now I would request our Honorable Principal Sir to say few words of motivation from for all of us. Over to Principal Sir.
Madam, am I audible, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. A very good morning to all the dignitaries on the platform. on this auspicious occasion of the inauguration of the 2 chapters under IEEE, the IEEE Signal Processing Society, and under the advisorship of Dr. B.P. Mishra, and the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society, under the advisorship of Dr. Gayatri Sakya, are being inaugurated today. It is a matter of great honor and privilege for me to say a few words from my side on this great occasion. My responsibilities of speaking on this occasion would not be complete unless I say a few words about the organization and my institution in brief. We are under the JSS Mahavidyapita, headquartered at Mysuru, under the JSS Mutt at Sutturu, Sukshetra, near Mysore, having 1000 years history. At this juncture, I would like to extend my pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Mahaswamiji, Jagat Guru Sri Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, the Pontiff of JSS Mutt Mysuru, and President Jagat Guru Sri Shivaratri Mahavidyapita Mysuru, and seek for his divine blessings for all of us here. Under the JSS Mutt and the JSS Mahavidyapita, our institution, JSS Academy of Technical Education, Noida, was started in the year 1998. And since then, the institution has grown by leaps and bounds. And today we are recognized as the #1 institution in the Delhi NCR region and the state of Uttar Pradesh for all the activities, academics, research, publications, innovation and creativity, and able to attract the best talent of the state of Uttar Pradesh. My institution is in the National Institutional Ranking Framework of Ministry of Education, Government of India, in the band of 201 to 250. And we received the Clean and Green Campus Award from IICT New Delhi in the year 2017 as the #1, first and the best institution in the northern region of IICT, and at the 7th place at the national level. And as a institution offering the education of highest quality, we are being surveyed by the various survey agencies at the national and international level. By the Cochrane Assignments, headquarters at London, Indian office, we have received the gold rank, and the Education World India rankings, we are placed at the 2nd place in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and at the 22nd place at the national level. And above us in the state of Uttar Pradesh is an university, and as an institution affiliated to the Dr. APJ AKT Lucknow, we are the top institution. We have the best students joining our institution the most talented and capable with highest ranking in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and by their innovation activities, their creativity. And the report submitted to the Ministry of Education under the coordinatorship of Professor Sampath Kumar V of the ECE department. Our Institution Innovation Council, IIC, under the Institution Innovation Shell of the Ministry of Education, Government of India, we have been awarded 4.5 gold star ranking from the Ministry of Education, Government of India. The highest ranking being 5-star gold rank. And we are aiming at the highest rank. And in the near future, I'm confident we'll be able to get the 5-star gold ranking from the Ministry of Education, Government of India. I'm confident. We are the most talented pool of students in my college. 5 of the departments in my college, electrical, mechanical, electronics and communication engineering, CSE and IT are accredited by the National Board of Accreditation. The most stringent body going through all the activities, the 360 degrees of the activities of an institution. We have 4,500 students studying in our college and 250 plus faculty members mentoring them. We have the best talent of the state of Uttar Pradesh, as I said. Our student Devamsh Poddar from Mechanical Department received the honor of Mentor of Change by the Niti Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India, Government of India. Mukul Srivastav from the Mechanical Department received the Best Engineering Student of the Year in 2019 after interviewing 25,000 students from more than 2,500 institutions all over the country. And Mukul Srivastav presented his model on exoskeleton, on bringing about the maneuvering of the arms by picking up the picoampere and millivolt signals from the neurons. The muscles are not powerful enough. With the help of exoskeleton, we can bring about the maneuvering of the arms. And this project received a second place at the national level in a competition conducted on 3rd March Sunday in 2019 at IIT Delhi, where many IITs, IIT Ropar, IIT Mandi, IIT Indore, IIT Patna, and many NITs have taken part. Our students are wonderful. And our students, Mr. Aishman Jhori, Sana Dhafri, and Narayan Vai, have undergone the internship at the United Nations Organization, the International Institute of Communication Technology in Geneva. And one of our students, Shivani Shah from Computer Science Department, has undergone the internship at the University of Stanford, USA. They have won many accolades and honors for our institution. The students of the Information Technology Department have undergone the training, have completed training in Geneva under Ivanov. Our student Nishita Pandey scored the textbook accurate 99% in the CAT examination. And our students are studying in the European universities, in the top universities. Prima Garg got the GATE first rank, 4th rank in the Indian Engineering Services from Civil Department. And Pranjal Gupta, 109th rank in the IES, and Vaishali Yadav, 110th rank in the Indian Engineering Services. Rishi Yadav qualified IES from Mechanical Department. Many more achievements. Mr. Siddhartha Srivastav and his team of 4 students presented the paper at the Singapore Space Challenge on 7th February 2020 on the project, the mitigation of the near Earth orbit debris, which is a challenge even on today for finding space for launching the satellites. This was one of the 75 projects we were selected from all over the world. With this talent pool in my college, I feel very proud. We can contribute for the growth of the technology and make the place for JSSATEN Noida at the national and international level. We have the committed, dedicated, and hardworking faculty members. I'm very proud that today under the able leadership of Dr. Arun Kumar Ji, Head of the Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. The two societies, the Signal Processing Society, IEEE Signal Processing Society, the advisor being Dr. B.P. Mishra, and the IEEE Robotics and Automation Society, advisor being Gayatri Sakya, are being inaugurated. Dr. Arun Kumar Ji is a hardworking, committed, and dedicated head of the department. And he kept in touch with me yesterday till 11 o'clock in the night. I think I'm not wrong if I say that he works almost 24/7 whenever there is a requirement to make the programs a great success. I give the credit of making this program a great success to HOD ECE and the efforts of the advisors of these chapters, Dr. B.P. Mishra and Dr. Gayatri Sakya, who is the program host today, very active and dynamic.
100%.
She also conducted a product of the research on the Collaborative Research and Innovation Program under the Technical Education Quality Improvement Program, government, the World Bank funded project from Dr. APJ KTU Lucknow. The CRIP project, the Collaborative Research and Innovation Program, CRIP project under the World Bank funded initiatives. And the IEEE chapter branch of my college with the coordinatorship of Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Sharma from head of the electrical department, and the key person who is coordinating all these activities, the IEEE the branch of my college, branch counselor, Dr. Gujan Vashne. He is very active and hardworking. I am very proud of my team. They are making the wonders to happen in my institution, keeping the institution in the limelight of the public view and the stakeholders of the education system. It is an honor that today we have the chief guest, Dr. Chitra Javali, Madam, who has given the presentation on the topic technological advancement in the digital era. Madam has covered the entire bandwidth of the topics under this area. She has taken so much pains to bring the best material, best information, what is latest in this area at the international level. Madam did cover on the advancement in the robotics in mission critical applications. And as she rightly said, that robotics is a multidisciplinary area wherein we can see the roles of the departments: electrical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, mechanical engineering, and the instrumentation and control engineering. And also, as rightly said by Madam, mathematics plays an important role here. She explained the basics of what is a robot and further elaborated on it has the eyes, brain, hands, and feet, and explained each one of them in detail. She talked about the machine vision agrobat, which is used for harvesting of the strawberry and apple harvesting. And she did mention that it handles all these the fruits and of course the glasswares so carefully that they are not damaged during the process of the robot carrying out the harvesting and pick and place and many other activities. She also talked about the ABB's ME robot and the BMW using the cobots. And she talked about the mobility, the delivering of the medicines and food by the robots to the rooms. And she spoke about the robot patrolling in the Changi Airport, Singapore. Robots also are used for maintaining the social distancing in the parks in Singapore. And the robots are also delivering groceries to senior citizens, and cleaning of the airport, Changi Airport, is carried out by the robots. Madam also took pains to cover the aspects, the important aspects of the IBM Synapse, in which we have the 5.4 billion transistors. And the mobile application started in the year 1980, and it switched from analog to digital with 1G, 2G, 3G, and 4G applications. She also spoke about the YC whole home sensing and recognition of the human gestures. Seeing through walls is another important application. The research being conducted in the Utah University, she discussed in detail, and RF pose research by MIT using the AI, artificial intelligence, neural network, and deep learning. She advised our young students, the office bearers of the IEEE branch of my institution, and the other students who are joined here for this program in a very large number, to hear the chief guest, Chitra Javali. Chitra Javali, madam, invited the students to go for the higher studies, and she said that signal processing and robotics has a wide application in the years to come. Chitra Javali, madam, is a member of a family, in the sense that she is the pass out of SJC, the Sri Jayacharajendra College of Engineering, Mysuru, in 2007. She has completed her MTech in networking and internet engineering from Sri Jayacharajendra College of Engineering, Mysuru, the present JSSATEN University. Under the JSS Mahavidyapita, we have two universities, the JSS Science and Technology University and the JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research. The two universities are located in Mysuru, and madam has passed out from SJC Mysore. Even I am the pass out from SJC Mysore. I passed out in the year 1984, and Dr. Mahadev Swamiji, the guest of honor of today's program, is the Joint Director Technical Education Division. He is also passed out of SJC Mysuru. So Mysore, the SJC Mysore is globally visible, and I'm very proud to say that JSSATEN Noida is also making its presence, at the national and international scenario in its excellence of teaching, learning activities, and carrying out the research. And one more important guest of honor, Dr. Ankit Yadavji. He was very kind enough to accept our invitation and be with us here on this occasion of the inauguration of the two societies of IEEE in my institution. Dr. Ankit Yadavji, he talked about the theme of the IEEE. IEEE is the world's largest technical professional organization dedicated to the advancing of technology for the benefit of humanity. IEEE is present in 70 plus countries, actually, bringing the talented, capable, and creative minds together for taking the technology for the benefit of the humanity. Ankitji also did mention about the various activities of the IEEE in detail. The IEEE Collabra Tech is the social media, and we can connect on these, the various platforms of the IEEE. And he also mentioned that conference funds can be availed from the IEEE UP section, who will in turn forward the proposal of the institutions to the headquarters for seeking the IEEE technical sponsorship and also the funding support. And there are opportunities for awards and recognitions to be issued, and welcomed for connecting through the various social media IEEE UP section. I thank Mr. Ankit Yadavji for accepting our invitation and giving his the presentation today for enriching the knowledge of our students and all of us here. And most importantly, Dr. H.R. Mahadev Swamiji, another guest of honor, who is our Joint Director Technical Education Division, JSS Mahavidyapita Mysuru. He is very active, very dynamic, and is a driving force for all the activities conducted in the engineering colleges under the Technical Education Division and the polytechnics and the ITIs. He is having a schedule that keeps him busy almost around the clock. And for him, sir was very busy yesterday. He was very supportive for opening up the IEEE chapter, IEEE branch in my college, especially for giving the approval for opening of the account with the IEEE student branch title in my institution. And after opening the account in my institution under the IEEE student branch, JSSATEN Noida, we could draw the funds from IEEE, for which our students had got the grants from the IEEE for their various projects submitted. Dr. H.R. Mahadev Swamiji has been very kind. Yesterday I called him. He was busy with me in the meetings from morning till evening, and evening he called me back. And he asked me for knowing the reason why I called him. I called him 2-3 times, but he was very busy with the International Yoga Day celebration in Mysuru under the JSS Mahavidapita. Sir was very kind to accept our invitation. We had kept the invitation ready with his name and everything printed there in the invitation card. But before launching the invitation, I wanted his kind approval. He said, he go ahead, but it's not a problem for me. Indeed, I'm glad and would like to congratulate you all in advance for organizing this program, he said. And he agreed to join us on this morning at 9:30. And he accordingly joined us and delivered a lecture. And during the lecture, he has given us a very valuable information that COVID-19 caused upheaval to the humanity, but still created some opportunities. And this was a dream for all of us here to use the technology for delivering the teaching through online platform. And now we were left with no option during the lockdown. We had to, as per the mandate of the UGC, the AICTE, MHRD, and the University Dr. APJ Lucknow, was the mandate was to keep the students, to promote their sound mental health and keep them academically engaged, or the biggest challenge. And I remember, on 20th March 2020, in the evening, on Saturday evening at 5:50, I sent a circular that from Monday morning, we have to start the teaching process through online to all my faculty and instructors, everybody. And without taking more than 48 hours, on 23rd March, Monday, we started the teaching through online. It was the biggest challenge ever we faced in our lives. And this kind of situation, was there 100 years back. And again, we present generation is facing. And we are going through the tough times of our life. And surely this has taught us a lesson to collaborate, to come together, to network, address the needs of the human beings' comforts, the health requirement, delivering education, and supporting one another. This is that the message the COVID has given is for the human beings to come together and fight against this, the pandemic, and win this war. And I'm confident, by the grace of God, we are successful in the process. And our institution has been phenomenally receiving the, grants. I'm very proud to share before this August gathering that we have issued under the research promotion scheme, modernization and removal of obsolescence. And recently, I'm very proud, we have issued 1.1 crore, 110 lakhs of grants from the AICTE with 50% contribution from the institution on the AICTE Idea Lab. And we are one of the 49 colleges in the entire country. 650 colleges participated and 152 colleges were shortlisted. And we have gone to 2 to 3 rounds of the interviewing process to know that what is our vision plan to make this idea project successful from our campus. And finally, we were one of the 49 colleges from all over the country and the 3 colleges from the state of Uttar Pradesh to get the AICTE Idea Lab with 1.1 crore funding from AICTE with 50% contribution from the JSSATEN Noida. And under this AICTE Idea Lab, we are, we are having the vision to create the ecosystem for the students to carry out the research. The research can happen at the UC level, and our students have done wonderful work in getting the grant from the IEEE for the research projects. As per the message given by the Honorable Chairman of AICTE, Dr. Sahasrabudji, that the AICTE Idea Lab is not a lab, it is a movement. It's a movement through which we are supposed to lead towards making the Atmanirbhar Bharat, Swavlambi Bharat. And this dream has to become a reality, and we are one of those 49 colleges contributing for fulfilling this dream of this nation, as per the message given by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji. And he said further during his address to the directors and principals during the announcement of this result that at the heart of this, the AICTE Idea Lab is, I see the problem, I solve the problem. Problem will not be proposed by faculty. The problem is not proposed by the mentors, but students, the creative and innovative students, the talented pool of the students in my country will address the problems faced by the rural folk in this country and give them solutions to make their living better. Helping them in their difficulties, having the health issues and harvesting, as rightly said by our Joint Director Mahadev Swamiji, that harvesting is the biggest challenge today. With this pandemic being there, on the face of the earth today, which is of course declining, and we are sure that in the near future it is going to be away from the face of the earth. But during the present situation of this pandemic, the harvesting is not is possible. People are in difficulties, and I have seen in Belgaum it was there in the news, the watermelon that is grown, we can see in the field. Thousands, lakhs of the watermelon fruits are there in the fields. There's no one to harvest. He has taken the help of the machinery available and mechanize the process to collect the harvest the fruit from there, and he is not able to take it to the market. And now he is preparing a special he is saying that it is jaggery of the watermelon jaggery what he's producing in Belgaum. I'm told Madam is from Belgaum. Madam, Belgaum people are very innovative and very creative, and they're very hardworking. And this I have seen in the news that he is producing the the recipe, the using the mad watermelon, which he can store for a long period of time and supply in the market at a slower pace, so that it is stored safely, and he will be able to get the whatever revenue he is supposed to get after he has grown this watermelon. And this is about the call given by our joint director, sir, that the image processing and the drones and the robotic technology is going to be the future for all of us. And he invited all the the students and the faculty members to submit the proposals to funding agencies in the state and the center, and undertake research in this area of robotics and drones. He has initiated many new initiatives after he joining as a joint director. He has initiated the research with the Wipro team from the 3 engineering colleges, and he is taking pains to make sure that the research is is going to serve as the backbone for the teaching and learning, and the institution should carry out the research to enrich their knowledge and to deliver the latest to the students, so that they can shoulder the responsibility of taking the technological advancement to the future generation. I'm very proud on this occasion to say that our students Syed Hassan Askari Rizvi, Shreya Gupta, and Ria Thwanger of all 6 semester ECE have been able to get the grants to the extent of $400 from IEEE Region 10 for their project on Student Activity Committee SAC, special call for projects on the COVID-19, the projects of 2021, and on the smart temperature monitoring and automatic sanitizer dispensing. And another batch of students, Nitya Srivastav of 7th semester electrical, and Chitra Ranjan and Pratiksha Ranjan, all of the 7th semester WE department, have drawn the funds to the tune of $4,665 under the IEEE from IEEE Humanitarian Activity Center Committee HAC, and under the scheme of the SITE, Special Interest Group on Humanitarian Technology. I congratulate them. And for the robotics, IEEE Robotics Automation Society, for the Robotics and Automation Society, they have issued the grants of $500. I congratulate the advisors, Dr. BP Mishra, Dr. Gayatri Sakhya, and under the able leadership of Dr. Arun Kumar Ji. I congratulate the team, head of the department and his team, for making these efforts and getting the granting support from the IEEE. And we have received the IEEE from IEEE for the IEEE Signal Processing Society, the grants to the tune of $452. And the students from the EC department, Syed Hassan Aksari, 6th semester EC, Shreya Gupta, 6th semester EC, Vedika Mishra, and Tushar Srivastav, both from the 6th semester EC, have submitted the project again under the IEEE Region 10 Student Activity Committee, special call for the project based for addressing the problems of the COVID-19 during 2021 on the inexpensive chemical free oxygen generator with adaptive, smart, and highly efficient oxygen delivery system. For this, they have issued the grants to the tune of $400. I congratulate all the students for making the efforts and getting the funds from the IEEE under the various schemes, and also would like to congratulate the head of the electrical department for encouraging the students, and Gunjan Varshney for mentoring the students, and would like to congratulate the Dr. Arun Kumar Ji, head of the EC department, for encouraging, motivating the students, and under the coordinatorship of advisorship of Dr. BP Mishra and Dr. Gayatri Sakhya for getting the grants for the various projects. I am thankful wholeheartedly to Dr. H.R. Mahadev Swamiji for accepting our invitation to be the guest of honor and motivate us, encourage us, and show us the way forward. He is the the source of inspiration for all of us here. And I'm very thankful to Dr. H.R. Madhavi Swamiji for attending our program as guest of honor. I'm also thankful to Mr. Ankit Yadavji for accepting our invitation as the guest of honor and delivering his address for all of us here. And more importantly, Dr. Chitra Jawli Madam, who arrived here as a chief guest from Singapore and delivered the lecture on the important topic of the technological advancements in the digital era, covering the wide spectrum of the topics under this area. And as rightly we can see, we all are aware that the robots are very important, and they are used in the hazardous environment where the human being can't move, and it is risk for the life of the human being. And in the inaccessible regions, in the mountainous regions, in a tough terrain, in a place where the buildings there may be earthquake issue, there may be some the calamities, natural calamities. Under such situations where the human being can't deliver, the robots are going to play a very important role. And particularly for doing carrying out the study of the neurons, where I have come across a paper published by scientists in the Switzerland from the biomedical laboratory, working on the neurons and the transmembrane potentials, the voltage and current across the neuron membrane and at the node of Renwier. We have to make the moment of the electrode to place one electrode outside and one electrode inside the membrane. And at that moment of time, when it has to just pierce through the neuron membrane, it has to stop when it is in contact with the fluid inside the nerve cell. And to be able to make such sub-micro level movement of the electrode, we need to take the help of the robots, which can't be done by the human beings under such the very finest moments of the sub-micro level. And it is also useful for carrying out the surgeries, which is done very accurately by using the machine vision with the help of the robots, where human being will not be able to have that accurate control on the movements at the sub-micro level. And the robots automation, there was a concept, there was the thinking that there was a wrong notion when the computers came in, maybe you can say about 40 years back. People were in the thought process that the computers may take over the human jobs. It has not happened. Computers has given job for the human being, and so also the same story is going to repeat again with the robots coming in, with all these robotic applications coming in, automation coming in. We are going to generate more and more jobs for the human beings. It is not going to take away the human jobs. Human is, after all, has created this automation, has created the robot. Robot is not going to create the human being. We are always the masters. We can always develop the technology and use it for the benefit of the human being. Human being has been gifted with the source of strength of what is called as the intelligence. We call the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is no way comparison to the human intelligence, because the central nervous system is having 100 crore nerve cells in one place, coordinating accurately for carrying out millions of activities in the human body. It's a conglomerate of so many systems: the myocardium, the neurons, the communication, the blood, and the muscles and the bones. You name the visual system, the sensory organs, the taste and tactile, the perception, and many more, the auditory and the vision. All these activities are so well balanced, and these neurons interact. The 100 crore neurons present in the central nervous system, control all the activities in the human body. And such a wonderful, the camera we have here, eyes. It is definitely difficult to create a camera of this kind of efficiency. The auditory system and the CNS, the central nervous system itself, the human brain. It's really great that human being can definitely develop better technology for the good of the human being and for the welfare of the human being. I once again take this opportunity to thank and congratulate Dr. Arun Kumarji and his team of faculty members, the Gayatri Sakya, Dr. B.P. Mishra, and Gunjan Vashne Madam, head of the electrical department, Arun Kumar, Sanjeev Kumar Sharmaji, and I would like to thank the Dean Academics, Dr. Jagdish, Dean R&D, Sujata KS, and Dean Student Welfare, Prashant Chauhanji, and all the heads of the department for their presence, for their help and cooperation and support for making this event a great success. From the institution, thank you all. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for encouraging us always with your motivational words. Now, I would like to invite our HOD, sir, Dr. Arun Kumar ji, for vote of thanks. Over to Arun Kumar, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good
sir.
afternoon. Good afternoon to one and all once again. At the outset, myself, Dr. Arun Kumar ji, HOD, Electronics and Communication Engineering, on behalf of the entire fraternity of the Institute, I express my sincere thanks to His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswami ji. By his blessings and grace, we are able to make the event a grand success. I take the opportunity to thank Dr. Madheswamy sir, Joint Director, TED Mysuru, for gracing the occasion. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, sir, and this is definitely encouraging us in our future events. Sir, your thoughts have enlightened our minds and shown us a new path. Thank you, sir. And my special thanks to the chief guest speaker of today's event, Dr. Chitra Javli, and guest of honor, Mr. Ankit Yadav, for sharing their valuable knowledge of wisdom to the entire academic fraternity. Further, I thank to Dr. G.M. Patil, sir, for presiding this event and sharing his valuable opinion. I also thank Dean Academics, Dr. Jagdish, Dean R&D, Dr. Sujata, Dean Student Welfare, Dr. Prashant Chavan, HODs of various departments, and also I thank HOD EE, Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, and Miss Gunjan Vasni, Branch Counselor, IEEE JSSATEN, for their fine cooperation. I also thank to Commander Gupta sir, COO, Dr. Sirur, Register sir, and Manoj Kumar, Account Officer, JSSATN, for their constant support. We have been fortunate to be supported by a team of very active and dedicated members of our organization who are well versed in their jobs. I lack words of their participation and their willingness to complete tasks beyond their comfort zone. A special thank to our beloved principal, Dr. G.M. Patil sir, for being the catalyst that inspired us to do our best and stand as a pillar of power. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank our faculty for their untiring efforts. I need to mention my deep sense of appreciation to all the staff and IEEE student coordinators who work quite hard to make this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all. Over to Gayatri Sakya, madam.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, one and all, for taking out your time and joining this event. Now, with the permission of Principal, sir, I would like to end this meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Please,
sir, if you please allow, we can have a group selfie.
Syed, principal wants to tell something.
Yes.
You please.
Syed, Principal, sir, wants to say something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's perfectly okay. Our Syed, our student, Mr. Syed Hassan Aksari Rizvi wanted to take a group photo, madam. Just for taking a group snap, you can give some opportunity for him, and I think there after that we can close the program, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I request
Yes.
Shreya Gupta to please stop the presentation, and I request all dignitaries to please switch on their videos. I have allowed all the participants. They can switch on the video. Okay, so we'll take a snap in next 10 seconds. I request the ones who have still not switch on the videos to please switch on the video. Okay, so we'll be having a selfie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say cheese. That COVID selfie. Thank you, ma'am. Everyone.
Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Hassan. Thank you, the organizing team. It was a great session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now, Sayed, shall we end the meeting now?
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you to everyone.
So, with the permission of all the dignitaries and principal, sir, I'm ending the meeting.
Please, yeah, please, Rodolfo.
Thank you, sir.
Very much. Thank you all.
Thank you to everyone.
Congratulations to HOD EC department and his team, sir. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
With all your support, sir.
नहीं sir, स्वामी जी का blessing, sir.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations to all. Congratulations to entire EC department and all the IEEE members. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hassan, now I think you can end. Yes.
Can we
Yes,
end the
ma'am.
meeting now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ending the meeting for all. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Sayed.